do you have any theories about what is going on with the whole eye thing?
I don't know, or maybe it's the thing about the, to create a logress needs the eye. I don't know why it'd be the eye of the unicorn, but
Well,
maybe it's become the eye of the unicorn.
I don't know. I mean, okay. Do you know what created the logos?
Supposedly the serpent, but that could be wrong. That could be just
Or is it the other way around? Is it the logos made the serpent?
no. It was more the serpent made the logress, and then somehow Dworkin got the eye of the serpent, which is the jewel of judgment. It's also known as the left eye of the serpent, from
Mm-hmm.
memory, and he used that to make the pattern. Now, whether or not the unicorn is a physical representation of that pattern, an avatar as such of the pattern, I don't know, or whether or not it was the unicorn that helped him get the eye, I'm not sure, and whether or not the unicorn represents order and the serpent represents chaos.
Yeah, that's what I
And
thought it meant.
yeah, so potentially like one represents chaos, the other represents order, and they've always existed.
Right.
But some of the other
So,
tales say that
alright, so if they've both always existed, why did they make the logos and the pattern? What is the purpose?
what is the purpose behind creation? Why did God,
Well,
if you believe the
okay,
Christian
so
rubbish,
if the
why did
unicorn is in fact like a godly being, and the serpent's like the counter opposite, then basically what I'm saying is, from my understanding, they're not that omnipotent. Because if a person can just steal the serpent's eye, he's not really godly, is he?
So it may not really be the serpent's eye. It's maybe that's just one of the things it's known as.
Oh.
As in, it may
Because
not
in my
actually be
vision,
an eye plucked out of the serpent. It could be just it was a jewel that one of the things they called it, maybe in honor of the serpent, the left eye of the serpent.
in my vision, I literally saw a unicorn with its eye missing
So whether
and
or
blood.
not,
Yeah, again, that could just be a metaphor.
Exactly, that
Could
could
be.
be symbolic. It may
Symbolic.
not literally be the unicorn having its eye ripped out.
It just
It
might
might
be the
be.
way that you interpreted it through your vision.
What about
Yeah,
when
that's right.
King Random literally looked at me and said, "This was an atrocity"? I saw that in my vision as well.
Yeah, but was he talking about the unicorn losing its eye? Or was
He
he
was
talking about
talking to
something else?
me. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a portent of things to come.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, anyway, guess we'll get back to it after we've done solving this mystery.
Thank God he didn't say anything else. It could be really inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I love Freddy's memory. It makes everything nicer for me. So, with your spot hidden rolls a half behind one of the bushes on the sheeting or whatever it's called on the side of the house, the stuff.
The cladding.
Yeah, whatever they call it in Australia. In America, they got siding. That's what they call it in America.
What's it called? Hell is me.
Uh-huh.
Is that written in blood?
Hard to say on drive-by. Could be brownish.
It looks like
doesn't look very bloody.
I think it looks like dried blood.
It looks like poop to me, but okay.
Well,
not really.
If that's what your poop looks like, I'd go see a doctor.
Yeah, I'd say it's more likely blood than poo myself, but
Maybe that is what his poop looks like. Too many uses of the anal refresher have really.
It could be an anagram for I smell he.
could be.
Right.
Ah,
Okay. So, do we? So, does it look like a normal house? Are there boards up out the front? Like, is it? What's it
Totally
being used
normal
as?
house. Not boarded up. Totally normal. Bit plain.
Not boarded. I meant
So
a board outside, like guest house or something. You know.
Normal.
how many stories? One or two? I didn't catch that.
Well,
one
I call it
one
one story
story,
and a bonus.
like
Okay.
a single room or a half story type thing.
Yeah.
Like an attic. Okay.
No.
From
Oh,
a cursory glance as we drive past Logan, does the place look occupied?
Oh, by the way, no, but Freddie, give me a drive roll. You can take your I'm old plus 20 modifier if you want.
yes.
Just curious if while everybody's fucking rubbernecking, he smashes into one of the fucking parked cars on the side of the road. Because everybody's rubbernecking as hard as they can, and it's pretty likely at this point. Damn. Damn and blast.
And another play immediately. Disappearing book. One magical book owned by you goes away. The book
You
must have
get
been
rid of it. I
owned
can't be
over
bothered.
1 week. Sorry.
You get rid of it. I can't be bothered. We have a bunch of them, by the way.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
The player must turn into the GM the book handout as well. If player owns no magic books, a random book owned by the group vanishes.
Yeah, you just delete one from the magical items book page.
PCs have a lot of fucking burn items for both magic and books, though, because I've noticed when they get magic items, with rare exceptions like the anal refresher or Matt's hammer, other than that, they mainly go into the pile. So, ting, ting. Yeah, you stay there. I'm out.
Logan is. I know cyberware is being used in the campaign.
Uh-huh.
So do I discard this or
Nobody's
keep it?
got it in the group. If somebody in the group had some, then it wouldn't
Okay.
be, but nobody has any. Because sometimes it just disappears mysteriously.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. Next time I draw Logan, I'm gonna play Orb of Knowledge, so just keep that in mind.
I got a victory prestige mod.
Oh, nice.
This is a prestige mod.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
Uh,
but don't want them to have any hero points.
Alright, do we
ever.
want to just go in and have a look?
No, not yet. We want
No?
to research it.
yeah, to the library.
Wasn't there another property we had to check out?
And the other thing I was thinking, if you reckon it's been modified, the house has been modified, Alex. I don't know what they call it in the US. Basically, where people would lodge to get housing renos and that, because if when you do large modifications to a house, you've got a planning or whatever.
I think he's probably got planning permission from the town hall. Do you mean?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Oh, I think he's probably got a crazy person dungeon built underground. Just my.
Well,
hunch.
apparently that house is haunted.
Just
With a crazy person dungeon.
But yes, I was just thinking we could go and have a look and pull the plans of it and see what sort of modifications were made,
Yeah.
or what it used to look like.
Mhm.
He's scarpet.
We also may want to look into.
Sorry.
Hold on, what's his name? The boy's name. Hold on one sec. Boy's name. Anton Ture.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to go to the library
Yeah, I want to
and
look into that.
look at the history of the house to see about this and Falcone and Wheeler.
You guys
That
arrived
is
at
weird.
but
Yeah.
oddly, it appears that this place doesn't have the records that you would like.
Does it have computers?
Sure it does. Yeah, you go get on a computer.
God damn
You
it.
discover nobody's bothered to put anything about this house on bulletin boards yet.
It's 2000. There's the internet. There's stuff.
No, oh, sorry. Nobody's bothered to put anything on the internet about it yet.
What about public records and stuff? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, hold on. I think the cat wants me.
Yeah, so we
Yeah, I
may
thought I
need
could
to
hear
go
the
to the town hall and look at the public records of ownership, deed of ownership and stuff like that. Perhaps that we can find out. I'll just
Well, while we're here, we can have a look at Anton Ture, however you pronounce it. See the cause of death.
So what do we want to try and research in all of this?
Well, I want to look into the child.
The cat, it controls me psychically. So public records, yes. That might be an option. No, the internet doesn't have shit on this for some.
Can I look up death of child Anton Ture?
On the internet?
Yeah.
Nothing.
In the library? Newspapers, anything?
They don't have a lot of newspapers here at the library.
yeah, we may have to
No,
go
we-
to the
coroner's
Well, like-
office.
and also the local newspaper and the what do they call it? The not the graveyard, the newspaper archives or whatever. Because they actually tend to file them particular ways, so they may actually have a file for the house.
The guy,
If
the
there's
guy,
been deaths and stuff there.
the guy already had a fake ID for the coroner's office, so
Yeah, but
probably
none of us
really-
look like him.
no.
Does
But
probably help.
I'm just saying it's probably likely that he used that in order to gain
Yeah.
access to the body or some information.
Yeah, potentially for the note 7 about Falcone death.
Actually, that's a
Coroner.
good point. What
Yeah.
was the other IDs he had on him?
Just a bunch of random ones. Gas inspector badge.
Why would he have a gas inspector badge?
And maybe just to check the house. As of it.
A reason to go there.
Reason to go to the house. Sounds good to me. We should try and come up with these things. Basically, we track his steps. I'm guessing would be a good way of trying to figure
Although,
out.
how did he get the keys for the house? There's 3 keys.
So maybe he palmed one, got it cut, and then returned it. We don't know if the house is occupied or not.
You guys are hanging out in the library discussing this as you try to figure out where to get the records from.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go to
go to town hall.
let's go to the town hall or the council officers or whatever they call them here.
But
Does
the county
anybody
seat records.
want fancy moves, which is immediately upon completing a successful martial arts roll, you may immediately take another full action.
Probably can be.
Yes.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Yes.
I
And
was
just
just thinking,
discard what you don't want.
Oh,
Just
okay.
discard because I'm reducing my hand down to 4.
Nice and neat.
Lovely.
Right.
City records.
You guys arrive at County Seat Records. It's a small, modest 2-story building, just a few blocks from the House of Death. The county seat mostly deals in parking tickets, zoning laws, building permits. The clerk there is named Anthony Freeman. He's an affable sort. And he says, "Oh, you ladies are interested in records of some buildings and stuff. Okay.
Yes.
We have records of purchase, sale, zoning records, and death certificates on file dating back 65 years.
Mhm.
But I can let you in the back room to check it out for yourself if you want. But it'd have to be some sort of official business. Otherwise, it takes about a week or two to get any records.
Oh, okay. You mean something like this? So I show him my badge.
They escort you into the back. The records room is a barely controlled mishmash of water-stained boxes, photo sheets, huge pre-war, some war, filing cabinets. Papers aren't filed here as much as they are abandoned, and this is 65 years worth of bullshit.
So, Mr. Freeman, what happened to the records prior to 65 years ago?
Not really sure. I think they get moved off site somewhere, but I don't know. Good
Okay.
luck.
Thank you.
He goes back up in the front.
We start trying to find stuff.
I need a specific name. Like each thing that you're going to do is basically half a day. Each
Anton
name.
Ture.
And if you more than one person wants to try the same name, they can, or you can each try different names or whatever.
I'll research the address.
I'll research the child. Anton Ture.
Pete, I would wait to see if one of us fails so you can pick up the slack.
Well, that's what I mean is I want everybody to declare before they roll.
Yeah. All right. So I will research. We don't know a first name, but we assume it's going to be associated with the house. I will go with Falcone to begin with, since you said there's death records here.
Maybe Falcone / Coroner.
I will give you guys a nice time here. Don't bother researching the house here. That's elsewhere for some goddamn reason. Falcone, nothing seems to be here. The kid, I got something on that. What else are you guys wanting to try for?
So even though there's planning records here,
I can't explain it either.
Okay.
Right.
Other topics. Don't worry, there's other stuff on the house elsewhere, but it's not here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's weird.
What about?
So what records are here again? Sorry.
People's names.
So deaths. There's nothing about Falcone. So we've got Wheeler.
What about Wheeler and Donnelly? We could just try and looking up Donnelly unless he was registered for this town.
So one on the kid, one on
Donnelly,
and one on
Wheeler.
Okay, so who's on Wheeler?
Me.
Roll that shit.
Okay.
Do you want any skill plus cards there, Pete?
No, it's all right. Yeah, fell by 3%.
You should have had a skill plus.
And who was on the kid?
I was.
Roll that shit.
I'm gonna play a skill 5, but why not?
No. The kids' parents' names were Adam and Rebecca Ture, also known as the Ture family. They were transplants from Montreal. They moved into 1206 Spooner 48 years ago and set up a house with their 2 children, Elise and Anton. They lived there without incident for a whole year. When Rebecca Ture was briefly hospitalized for mental exhaustion, she spent 6 weeks in the local asylum and was treated with electroshock therapy, as was the style at the time. She returned home later that year and resumed her housemaker's duties. Elise, the daughter, the 8-year-old, had become violent at school and was often sent home for swearing. 45 years ago, Rebecca Ture discovered her son, the 9-year-old Anton, drowned in the toilet bowl of the master bedroom. The door to the bathroom was locked from the inside. At this point, Rebecca Ture was permanently hospitalized from that point on. Adam Ture left the area and apparently remarried.
Nice.
And who was on Donnelly?
Can
Me.
you copy paste that for us? I did catch most of it, but just in case.
Fucking piece of shit.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Roll that shit.
I did. Failed by 1.
Perfect. So that's half the day.
Mm-hmm.
Next half.
I will go
Like
back
Since-
with Donnelly
Remainder-
then.
Go
Since
for
they
Donnelly.
Well,
failed,
what about you do Wheeler and I do Donnelly?
Are you better? Research?
I am slightly. I'm very. I know. Just scroll up, you can see exactly what my skill is.
Well, yes. Okay. I'll do Wheeler then.
Yeah, I just mean that because we failed researching
Yeah,
that, if we swap
Yeah,
over.
Yep.
And as for you,
No. I am useless at this.
all right, let me
And-
try that as well.
yeah, as for you, Leonard. Yeah, whether or not you
So
want
were
to.
you doing Wheeler there?
Yeah,
Max?
he was.
I was
Yeah,
doing
he was
first.
doing
All
Wheeler.
right,
and I was
I'll
doing
do Wheeler
Donnelly.
as well then.
Yeah, I think more likely to find stuff about Wheeler than Donnelly here, but
Critical.
And go ahead and give me a roll on Wheeler.
yep. Sorry, the critical was for Wheeler.
Yes. Oh, sorry. And you got made Donnelly. Okay.
Yes.
I've got Donnelly on screen, so I'll give that one first. County records have very little information on Arthur Donnelly, only that he was known in town to both locals and some real estate office. There's a article in the local paper noting that he had visited Spooner's previously and was once interested in purchasing the house. His death is considered an unfortunate suicide. The article goes on to point out the high percentage of suicides. There are a high percentage of suicides in the law enforcement profession, although pouring gas on yourself and lighting it on fire is considered an unfortunate way to go.
How long ago?
Real recent.
Yeah.
And
So our guy basically was brought into. So the first guy was here to initially do it, and our guy that we're doing, I guess, was also brought in to find out what happened to him. So we could be third in line for suicide by fire.
and on Wheeler, though fragmented, various articles cover the Wheeler's marriage being as close to royalty as this area had, and Isabel's unknown ailment. There's old newspaper articles mixed in with regular paperwork, also covering Michael's death at the county seat worksite about 100 years ago, and Isabel's growing seclusion. The articles dry up 73 years ago. These were supposed to have been archived and apparently weren't. They mentioned somebody named Matthew Harrigan, strange attack and death, but it doesn't go into any detail. These are not well explained, fragmentary pieces you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you guys get kicked to the curb because they're closing the office. Ladies, says the guy coming in. You can come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. if you'd like.
Where's
You guys the guy.
Isabella's known ailment. So what? Did they also live at the house then? No.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about the Wheelers, if it mentioned where they lived at all.
And the guy says, "Hey, I heard of the Wheelers. You might want to stop by the local newspaper morgue sometime. Newspaper morgue might have really old stuff like that."
Yep,
Right.
that was
Just
one
gonna
of the
get-
places, the newspaper morgue.
Hey,
Let's
give
go
you
get.
correction.
Let's go and get
Thank you.
accommodation for the night.
Yep.
It looks like he would like say something friendly, but doesn't want to be mistaken. So he merely lets you guys out, nods affably, locks up behind you,
Uh,
and buggers off.
Do you know of a good place to stay?
He says, I recommend the what was the name of that place there, Freddie? You remember? You muted yourself, Freddie.
Insurmer,
Yes, that one. They recommend the Motel 5. It's not as good as the Motel 6, but the rooms are a little cheaper.
Okay. We go check in. That's at a Motel 5.
No problem. Rooms are $35. Well, we'll make it easy. $30 a night for each of you, plus $10 for meals and drinks. And
God
Wow.
damn.
Wait. Do they take credit card?
yes,
Yeah.
Fine,
Yeah,
Credit
whatever.
card. Ching, ching, ching.
everybody holds up my credit card at the same time. The guy goes. No, you guys all immediately pay with credit card. 3 separate rooms, ladies, says the guy. Great. He gets them in a nice line for you. They're not like booked to the fucking gills in Shermer, goddamn Illinois. So
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
he smiles swarmily at you guys, like, you guys are like, if only you knew, buddy. So yeah,
Mhm.
you guys all take your matching luggage to your various rooms and stuff.
That would be an interesting experiment, but not one I think I want to try out just yet.
Awkward.
What experiment?
Sex.
Oh, that experiment. I mean, how would I even?
I don't know. Hence, I said it would be an interesting experiment, but not one I want to try out.
I'd feel myself uploading. How does it feel down there?
Feels like
It's-
tentacles and sausage all the way. Freddie begins molesting himself. You guys stand
Well,
there.
we have separate rooms, so we don't know.
Oh, I thought you guys were like standing outside talking to
No, we're going to go get some dinner somewhere.
No problem. You guys are a bit worried because unfortunately only one of you come morning will be able to do the makeup correctly.
All come into my room. I'll do it for you.
Now,
Thanks, girlfriend.
the most interesting thing's going to be, actually, it's going to be very interesting to see how that works as well.
What, hormones?
Well, you don't have makeup on, but you do, if you get what I mean.
Oh, good point.
Hence why it'll be interesting to see how that's
It's
going to
good.
work.
We're all going to be walking around in makeup. And
But
you get
whether
the
or not
Alex-
makeup on us reflects on...
You get the Alex Kinley special. I'm going to make you girls sassy.
Can't wait.
We've got to be professional, though, remember?
Yeah.
I
Well-
want black eyeliner.
Also,
Anyway.
the big problem is that you do have tampons in the luggage, and you're wondering, Freddie, if you're going to have to jam one of those up the old chocolate.
No, the thing that is you're really trying to work out is where is the current tampon you're using?
Why is
Do
there
I even have one?
a small string coming out of your butt? That's a good question.
Why is there a small bit of skin? Why is there a bit of string coming out from the skin?
Oh my God, that'd be horrifying.
God.
Right under your there's a little piece of string, and you're like, ah!
Yes. Anyway,
So you guys get a reasonable night of sleep. This place is definitely nothing special. And then you all go into Alex's room for the triple snap.
well, we're going to go have dinner first.
Sassy.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about dinner. You guys eat.
Yeah, just whether or not. So the
Get
question is, do we want to go stop by the place tonight? Because there's been indications that there's not enter it, just go see if we can hear anything, and maybe take some photos of it, and get them developed at one of those quick develop places.
You say
Sure.
that Freddy seems to make him nervous, or he's just like that. You're not really
Yeah,
sure.
I don't suggest we enter the place. We just go and stop and see, because isn't there something about there being? Where did I read it? Something about things happening at night.
Yeah, the grave, the boy comes out at night or something.
Well, you know, eventually you'll be sleeping in there.
Yeah, so there was stuff about music from dining room, laughter / noise upstairs. And yeah, boy coming out at night. So I'm just interested if we go and park on the street, whether or not we can see or hear anything from the street.
Although we
At
don't
night.
know if this curé in the notes is if it's the boy or the mother and father, or one of the mother and father. It could be one of them.
Oh, it could be the sister. So what happened to the sister?
Yeah, we don't know what happened to her.
I suppose the boy in the coffin looked like roughly a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
All right.
The sister was, hold on, Alice.
You guys are discussing this over
Alice.
dinner. Some really confused men hitting on you guys and stuff. To them, you kind of look like a federal Charlie's Angels setup.
Mm-hmm.
You can start by buying us drinks, gentlemen.
She shows drinks. Shows a bunch of sleazy guys hanging out at your table with you and chatting you up.
Hey guys, I think we've pulled.
Who are you calling guys?
I mean, ladies. I think we pulled.
Right, the guys are attempting to seduce you guys. It appears
Let's see
Alex
how well are they doing at seduction?
Oh yeah.
Check real quick here.
I'm gonna counter seduction and try and seduce them.
Oh, the one on Freddy is not doing too good at all. The one on Pete's actually doing okay.
Oh yeah, gentlemen. Let's dance.
Right. One of the guys pulls out his keys and goes, I know where there's a dance club. Let's go.
Let's go.
And you guys are all at a dance club. Everybody give me dancing rolls.
Wait, can I do a new roll instead of dance? I want to do twerk.
Sure, go for it.
You're a bit early for twerking, but you can invent a new
I'm
trade.
an innovator.
Apparently, Kinley is dominating the dance floor.
Joshua's not doing too bad himself.
Pretty much Freddy has got his hands on the side of his butt and he's stretching his asshole.
Like you were the one that wanted to twerk.
I know what you're after. I understand. And he goes, come on, let's get out of here.
No, that's all right. I'm on my special time. Maybe some other time.
Oh, this is going to be hilarious.
And right, are you wanting to go off with this guy? He's insistent that red mustaches are cool.
No. No, not my thing. Maybe if you had another lady friend to join us.
Nothing to do with the red time.
If you had another lady friend to join us, maybe I'd be interested.
I'll see what I can do.
Wow.
Her name is Clarice. Hello. Let's go.
Alright, sure, why not? Fuck it.
Right, Freddy goes off for weird sexual experimentation.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
It's a weird night for you, Freddy. I need a Sandy roll because you're having a lot of weird shit going on, and that's not the.
You think that's bad? I'm going for the full gangbang, mate. Oh dear.
But from anybody who's been on the special mod with all the black stuff, I'm gonna need little Sandy rolls. It's causing a little bit of flashbacks from that.
But you know, it's what I like.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll me a d6, Freddy. Come on, let's get that.
I want to hear a point. No.
What? No, it's just a little bit of the old in out.
No.
I'm fine with this.
Yeah, Finley's like more.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you guys each take 1 point toward whatever weird sex thing it is, but it appears that they don't notice that you're a dude, and you're not sure where they're fucking you and stuff. Well, Freddy, you know where they're fucking you.
I need you. I need 5 of your friends, a donkey, and a large fish.
The man with the watermelon climbs onto the wardrobe.
McKay, is your guy getting lucky as well?
No. I swing the other way.
All
Well,
right.
that's why I had another lady to come with. That way it's okay.
Yeah.
That makes it okay.
Keep telling yourself that.
No problem. Give me a fast talk to let them down gently and stuff. You're to +10 because they find out that Kinley needs more people. So they go off with him instead. All right. So in the morning time, it just shows Kinley laying, and it shows him sitting up in bed, and you hear all this cracking noise, and it just shows all this white stuff falling away.
It's good for the skin.
What's it called?
Bukkake.
Bukkake, thank you.
Freddie, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but
depends how much of my time was devoted to the lady and to the guy. If most of it was to the lady, I'm okay with it.
But it's fortunately a lot of it's blurry, but you're definitely experiencing the full range of sexuality. You're pretty much free-ranging sexuality at this point.
Yeah, new experiences, but why not?
Yeah.
Welcome to my club, Freddie.
Can I put this towards
we are pretty much immortal, so yes, experimenting, trying new things is going to be part of the whole shebang.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Sanity towards close out or what?
This is just how Alex was anyway.
Yes.
Cool.
Well,
No problem.
Close out is...
your max grows out. Well done.
Yep.
Now you gotta get his human gore, cannibalism, cold-blooded killing, and fear of death. And you're good. At that point, you're ready to fucking go into a Kinley orgy. So, yeah, it wouldn't have been nearly so bad because, sex is a wonderful natural thing, but you kept having these flashbacks of that other mod that have all of you been on that one?
I don't think I have.
Not yet. Okay, cool. We'll get you on that eventually.
Wow.
Yeah, I look forward to that actually. Although he'll be the guy as opposed to you two. So anyway, yeah. That's what happens when you've lost sand, especially towards sex, and finally hit a special number with it. But no problem. You guys ignore going back to the house that night. Yeah. Oh, and everybody can give me, McKay had a quiet night and then he went home alone, I think, is my guess. Probably took
as I said, unless I managed to pick up a woman, but yes.
This is possible. You go ahead and give me a seduction roll there, McKay.
No.
Yeah, apparently the drooling turns them off. So go ahead and if you're the right kind of girl, though, go ahead and give me everybody give me alcohol tolerance rolls just to see how you did. McKay, I'm not worried about you. You mark off extra $30 though. You caught a cab home because you didn't bring your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you guys are great. Yeah. You get up in the morning and then Kinley, go ahead and give me your roll for McKay, your roll for Freddie, your roll for yourself.
Oh,
to
can you also heal me, please?
Who are you?
God damn it, violent sex. Oh,
You
did
hurt
somebody
yourself?
already? Oh, that kind of healing, yeah.
Sexual healing.
Sexual healing?
Pete,
Damn,
do you want a plus? Do you want a skill 10 for this, Pete?
Sure.
Right, there's some healing.
I'll play it. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Right. I will do it literally in the order you just said, Logan.
I'll
so it'll
give
be
you that
Pete,
one.
Pete, and then Freddie, and then me.
Very well.
Pete.
Abilities.
Crit.
Wow.
Freddie.
Understated, yet awesome. A very nice job. Wonderful job. Yeah. Apparently, McKinley has dressed up in women's clothing and applied makeup way too often.
McKinley.
Or, sorry.
And
Wow.
I will spend a hero point on that.
Wow. Yeah. It shows him turned into a big blonde. He's like, this is how you do it. This is it. I can't turn back. And you're like, I don't know.
Oh,
if
hold
that's
on. I think I've got a reroll again if you want one.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Saves
I'm
you-
trying to teach you how to shapeshift. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Have it.
some sort of cephalopod thing, but with like pinchers at the end. Like, I am this now. This is my true form. And
Reroll
last night,
that, and then roll that.
still in my
No.
room.
Didn't make it, but didn't fumble.
All right.
But I did make my teaching roll, so.
Hooray.
Yeah.
So once again, you learn nothing. If only Freddie fumbled his shit, then you'd have double teachers. But he will never, ever teach you that.
Mm-hmm. Where is it?
I can teach you demon magic.
Demon magic.
Mhm.
What is
Oh.
demon magic?
Ah.
You know, demon magic.
No, I don't know what you mean by demon magic.
Tech magic.
Oh no, fuck.
Ah.
Ah. Right. Pete face. Freddie face.
And
All
you've got
right.
yourself-
Oh,
you managed
good.
to phase yourself this time?
I've got everyone. Anti-paladin does
Oh,
it
hold on.
again.
I need to call something. If
You're
we
good
go
to-
into the house. One sec.
That dude shows like the sun going down, just the guy has his pistol and Matt's like, God damn it. Why couldn't you have shot me 10 minutes earlier?
Mate, something that the two of you may wish to do. Well, actually, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter because we can't catch disease anyway.
What's that?
Can I get some juice, please?
Cure
Ellen.
poison disease. But we can't catch diseases
That I
now.
get anyway, though. Just, yeah, as a matter of course.
Diseases generally don't even try and invade my body. It's too strong.
No. Since we walked, that was one of the things about walking the pattern is we no longer catch
Yeah.
diseases.
Oh, do we?
No.
Right.
It still couldn't hurt, especially with what Matt went through last night.
Well, some depends on. Do you consider crabs a disease?
No.
Right. A fumble card. Let's see what happens. It shows the
you-
crabs get really big and the party fights them for half an hour.
I did the wrong spell anyway.
That's fine. I drew the wrong card. So here we go.
And he's dead.
No problem.
Yes, it appears so.
All right.
And he's back.
Right. Matt fumbles his cure disease and he throws away a dildo. Haha. He says,
Nice.
Thank you.
God damn
that's
it.
your fumble.
Right. 9 magic points, Freddie.
Thank you.
Audi anti-paladin.
Anti-paladin.
Alright, do you want me to have a look inside of the house through the TV like I've done before?
Yeah, if you
might
can.
not be anything in there. If it's
I don't
empty.
know. Might be
Well,
occupied.
we want to go to the newspaper office to
Yeah.
get access to the morgue, newspaper morgue, to see if we can find further information about the house and about
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Matthew Harrigan, etc.
Okay.
Cut to, you guys didn't even have to flash your badges and stuff. They tell you that they have like these big fucking photocopiers, like if you're wanting any copies of articles and stuff, and they're gonna charge you like 10 cents each. But other than that, they also make you put them back where you got them from and stuff. But newspaper morgue, big confusing place, slugging through a fuck ton of newspapers. Not fast at all. So each topic that you do is your half a day.
The house.
Let me see if they've got anything on specifically the house here, because oddly there doesn't seem to be a lot on. No, try a different topic.
At least 2A.
At least today. Let me look here. No. Yeah, there's very few topics here. They don't have everything. I don't know why.
Matthew Harrigan.
Okay. So remember that. What do you want to try, Fred?
Wheeler. Because he said that's why we came here, wasn't it? Because the guy said
Wheeler. Yes. Okay. So Freddie, what's your topic? So Matt's Wheeler.
Falcon.
Let me see. Is there a Falcone?
Oh, no. It's sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
I did find
something. I did find something loosely related to the area that the house is in. Would that be acceptable?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Pete, you had Harrigan?
Yep.
Roll for Harrigan.
Where is it? There it is. Yep.
All right. This article is from the winter of 73 years ago, notes the death of Matthew Harrigan from a, quote, wasting illness that could not be identified. It also notes that several of Matthew's friends suffered from the same sickness, although they recovered. And Freddie had the general area thing. Go ahead and give me a roll on that.
So there's no mention of the Matthew Harrigan attack?
Another crit.
Nope. Another crit. You discovered various articles covering the strange disappearances of local animals, cats, dogs, and other pets in the vicinity of Central Meadowbrook. This is between 55 and 70 years ago. Articles suggest everything from a scientific explanation to something more sinister, such as a coyote or a sadist. No direct cause is ever located. The cases seem to cease after 55 years ago. Matt, what was your topic again?
Went for Wheeler.
Right, go for Wheeler.
No, I suck at research.
You wouldn't
really
think
doesn't
so,
like you, does
sure,
it?
but okay. He's looking at it. He's like, my hands have turned black from a hard copy.
All right, so we know about Matthew Harrigan's weird death, but we haven't found anything about his attack. The Matthew Harrigan attack. So I can only assume it's linked with the Wheelers. Well, that's how we found out about him.
I'm struggling to piece together this whole. Did they all live in the same house or something over different years, or what?
Quite possibly.
So the Matthew
Who are
Harrigan.
these people?
So the Matthew Harrigan
think
said
so,
about
yeah.
him having the wasting sickness and dying, but it also mentioned about friends having similar sickness and recovering.
Uh-huh.
Right, let's spend one more day here, or try and get a Wheeler again. You guys can think of something else, or you guys can go for Wheeler, and I'll think of something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to work out
Mm.
if there's anything else we want to look into. Because we've got a thing about Falcone, but we haven't found anything about Falcone.